Okay, so we're back here, and so we're going to use what we learned in our criteria to apply it to Dr. Now's problem of not losing weight for his 600-pound clients. So it's just kind of a refresher. We won't go over all this in because I can't remember them all right now, and I'm not going to scroll back. You can scroll back if you'd like, though. So, we know for a fact, one is that they didn't follow the diet. So they just didn't, right? And this could be because of impulses. It could be emotional issues. So they like eat when they feel sad or something like that. This could be didn't take it seriously. Other people enable them, so they're enabled eaters. And so we'll just kind of like work with that for now, right? So he knows that this is going to be the case, right? So if you think about like the first criteria that we talked about, right, is that maybe, is it simple? Arguably, right, so he identifies these different issues that are related to it. So we could say that, these make sense. But at the same time, right, it is maybe a little complex because he identifies IDs a number of factors that could relate to it. So in one way, like these explanations he has in place, they're as simple as possible. And that's all what can happen, right? And so this could all be good. So we think about scope. So people are eating here because they have impulses, they have emotional issues, they didn't take it seriously, they were enabled eaters, right? They didn't follow the diet, they didn't exercise, whatever, right? So his explanation, right, is only applying to non-weight loss when it's originally formatted, right? But this also, right, implies that people who did lose weight, they didn't have these impulses, or at least they controlled them. If they have emotional issues, maybe they learned how to control and moderate them as well. Perhaps they did take it seriously, they didn't have enabled eating, and so on, right? So this also explains why people lost weight. So in this way, you can see that, he's got some scope here, right? He can explain more than one behavior. Now he's maybe not explaining everything. And that doesn't necessarily mean he has to, right? But he's able to develop these explanations for this video, for this behavior, right? If we think about something like testability, he can figure this out by question the patients and evaluate their response and see what's wrong. So he has a way of figuring out maybe which prong in this case is working on it. So he can test this, right? So he can figure it out. Not so clear. In terms of clarity, he is, he's straight up. It's not unclear what went wrong. But basically, they didn't follow the diet because they overate or something like that. So they were, maybe weren't. So he's straight up about it. It's clear what problem areas are. And so on, right? So all of those are good, useful. He can do that. When we think about empirical validity, which I'm just going to call imp valid, You know, he has like 9,000 patients. He has like in his lifetime, so he has a good idea of what went wrong. He also so in addition to having a good idea of what went wrong, he also has like years of training to back it up. So he's got options, is what we're saying here. The other part to consider, right, is that the usefulness. So the usefulness or the policy change. So he can tell people, so he can educate more on why they need the surgery. And why they need the diet. So some people may think, oh, I'll just get the, the surgery done, and then like I'll be fine, I'll lose weight, which is really not the case because because you can still overeat, right? So why they need to correct diet and have to hit the loss goal. So all that is good. The other part is that he may direct them to psychotherapy to deal with emotional issues. And then also, also come with a hammer and be like, you need to get this straight or you die, basically, which he often says, right? So hopefully they get the idea. So the point being is that he has a variety of things that he can do based off of these explanations to help people lose their weight and maybe take it more seriously, and so they comply with the diet later on. So that was just a silly example. So hopefully that helped make sense. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next module, next section, or whatever's next. So I'll see you all.